Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that.
African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you keep trying to attach yourself to a continent where even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people there wouldn't even claim you as one of them, as a purebred daughter or son of them. Your heritage is right here now, no matter what you call yourself or what you say. And a lot of people died to make...
White people are scared to death right now, particularly white males. They're scared to death that they are going to lose their power in the future. And they are. But if you want to get ready for the future, if you want to be treated well in the future, treat others well in the present. Victor Hugo said, "No force on earth can stop an idea whose time has come." The idea of one race, the human race, is an idea whose time has come. We are not going to be able to stop it no matter what they do. They can elect Trump after Trump after Trump, and that will not stop the idea that there's only one race on the face of the earth. It's the human race, and we are all members of it. You and I are cousins. Now, if you don't like being my cousin, that's too bad for you. But we are all in the same family. We are members of the family of man.
You say that all whites are racist. Can you expound on that?
Any white person who was born, raised, and schooled in the United States of America, if you aren't a racist, you're a miracle. Either that or you decided to educate yourself. Because education in this country is about white is right, brown's all right, black's got to stand back. Yellow's mellow, but whites, we educate in a way that says that white males have done all the adventures, have made all the adventures, have done all the discovering, have made all, everything that is good and has been accomplished according to social studies, which is actually anti-social studies, by white males. It's a lie. But we do that in order to maintain the myth of white superiority. The myth of race has to be maintained at all costs in this country. Because if white people have to give up the color of their skin as being something that makes them perfect, what do they have left? If we start teaching the truth about history, if we start teaching about Nile Valley contributions to civilization, it will totally change the way we conduct ourselves in the classroom. It will have to. Columbus didn't discover America. You can't discover a place where people are already living. But we celebrate that every October. It's a lie. We need to get over, we need to stop telling the myths and start telling the truth.
Most people will say, I'm not racist.
I'm not a racist. Why, some of my best friends are black. Yeah, and then you say, name one. Or this one, I don't see color. And when some woman says to me, I don't see color, I say, I knew that. If you saw color, you wouldn't dye your hair that way. Or I say, if you saw color, you wouldn't wear that shirt with those pants. I believe that you don't see color. It's an attempt to deny skin color. And it's an attempt to deny what's wrong with seeing the color of my skin. Is it all right for you to see me kind of pink? That's okay for me. I don't mind. And I suspect that you don't mind being seen the color you are. You have a right to be what you are. And until people in this country and people in this world get it into their heads that the first modern human beings that evolved on this earth were black women. They evolved in sub-Saharan Africa about 280,000 years ago, and every human being on the face of the earth today has the memory of those black women's genetic structure in their genes. Now, we don't want to admit that, but that's the way it is. And as people moved farther and farther from the equator, their bodies produced less and less melanin, so their hair, their skin, and their eyes got lighter. As they moved into the east, they ate a lot of fish and a lot of vegetables, so their skin took on a different tone. I found that out when I was raising little kids. My husband worked in a supermarket. He was the head of the produce department. And they had lots of oranges that they couldn't sell, so he'd bring them home, and I was feeding my kids orange juice like you never saw in your life. They began to have an orange cast to their skin. I thought they had a liver problem. So I took them to the doctor, and she said, what are you feeding these kids? I said, well, lots of orange juice. She said, stop it if you want them to stop being orange. Now, if you think that skin color isn't anything other than the body's natural reaction to the natural environment, get over it.
If all white people are racist, according to you, can they be reprogrammed?
Of course they can. Of course they can.
How?
Of course they can be. It's called education. I'm an educator. The word educator comes from the root duc dus, which means lead, the prefix e, which means out, the suffix ate, which means the act of, and the suffix or, which means one who does. An educator is one who is engaged in the act of leading people out of ignorance. Now, I know you can change them. The second year I did the blue-eyed, brown-eyed exercise in my classroom, it was filmed by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. They gave me a copy of that film. I showed it to my father. My father was about 59 years old at the time. He's been a farmer all his life. He raised six kids, lost one, raised six. Watched that film as a 59-year-old man. When it was over, he stood up, and with tears in his eyes, he took his red handkerchief out of the back pocket of his overalls, his bib overalls, and said, "I wish somebody had taught me that when I was 9 years old."
Father God, Lord Jesus, the creator of heaven and the earth, we come before you right now. Somebody called you a burden bearer. Somebody called you a heavy load carrier. Somebody called you a wheel in the middle of a wheel. But I'd like to call you the creator of all things right now. For you put a leaf on a limb, and a limb on a branch, and a branch on a tree, and a tree on some roots, and the roots in the dirt, and the dirt in a hole, and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around and around. The green grass grew all around Jesus. Now I want to thank you for chicken. Thank God for chicken. Didn't have to do it, but he did. Gave him 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 breakfasts, 2 wings, hot sauce on him. And I can hear that chicken tonight, Lord, as he offer up a sacrifice of praise. I believe I can fry.
Hey now, peace y'all. Smash that like button. We're going to have a good old segment today. How y'all doing? Hey, fried chicken. Can I get a hey for the fried chicken? Oh my God. Today is Pastor Greasy Black Fried Chicken. Whoa, y'all. So today is going to be an interesting segment. And, you know, at this point, I have to say that I hope after seeing, I'm going to start, I pulled a lot of information. And I want to say this. Before I really release information on one state, you better believe that I pulled information on all 50 states to hold for proof before they remove certain information. But you can tell that it was updated later on. But I do this because one day, and it's starting to happen. Pan-Africans are starting to come around and open up their eyes. It might not seem like it in YouTube, but little by little, they're reevaluating. And that's what's important. So I'm not going to fight them and call them names. Anytime our people are actively involved in something in the 1700s, 1750s, 1760s, 1780s, 1700s, period. And they're in really powerful positions before, okay, this corporation was even created. All right. You're going to see who was in power. And you're going to learn what our ancestors did. And you're also going to learn that these scholars are getting burnt out. I'm even talking prior to 1776 Agricor. You're about to see in a minute, baby. You're going to learn in this, you're going to learn that these scholars that look like me and you are getting burnt the fuck out with trying to hide a people that they're trying to make to separate into two people, and they can't, just based on the information, all right, that I'm showing you. And I have so much more information. I'm going to show you where they really, you're going to see where they're trying to separate the identity of a person or people who are one and the same by their identities. They're trying to make it seem like the Aboriginal, aka Indians, are separate people from the Negroes. And they're not. They're one and the same. You can't, and they realize this because you can't do the, you're doing the same exact thing to what you're trying to portray as two separate people. Do you realize that Black's Law, aka Black Codes, were laws to control the Indian? Do you realize that they took away Negroes could not, it was a law in the 1700s. And our own people had something to do with this because they know we crazy. They did not have a right to bear arms in the 1700s. And you're going to see, neither did the goddamn Indians. Indians didn't have a right to bear arms. They had to buy the Indians, aka Negroes. They had to buy arms from the Netherlands, the Dutch, and the Negroes too. They did not have a right to bear arms. How now? That was a law that was passed in the 1700s. How are you going to apply that kind of law to the Indians in the 1700s? I ain't lying, y'all. I swear I ain't lying. I'm going to pull it up. Indians could not bear arms. The federal government passed a law. Neither could any. How are you going to do that and apply it to Indians? Same thing to Negroes. Couldn't bear arms. How are you in now? This I'm about to show you right now. Let me just go there. And I want you to let this sit in your head for a minute. I'm about to go there right now. uh let's see. I'm about to pull it up right now. Oh God. Wait a minute. I'm pulling it up now, y'all. Give me a minute. I thought I had them in order, but I didn't. Forgive me. No, that's not it. I apologize, y'all. I gotta go in my files. I am so sorry. Okay. First, this is for them. Da, 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 da. Indians could not bear arms, and also, okay, here you go. Here you go. All right. All right, here we go. We could not bear arms. We um a Florida law, and also, we just could not bear arms. They seized arms found in homes of blacks in Florida, and they could not bear arms in the Revolutionary War in 1775. Now, now, here's the funny shit. Okay, and the Indians couldn't bear arms either. The federal government passed a law that they could not bear arms. All right, here we go. Here we go, right here. Second Amendment. They could not bear arms in the 1700s. In 1871, they could not bear arms, and the Indians could not bear arms. Negroes could not bear arms. Now, this is the 1700s. And I want you to look at this. What I was doing was making it a overlay so you could see it better. So I don't have to do a share screen. So here we go. Let me get back to where you guys are. That's what was taking me so long. I was making an overlay. And I want you to see shit for what it is and understand that we were in power as a people and we're not Africans. Scholars continue to go back and insert African American even in the 1700s. You can't do that shit. You can't do that. I'm about to show you. This is going to really hurt the Pan Africans. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. So let's get into it. Y'all see this? And I'm going to pull it up. Just listen to this. This is in my state, but I did the other 50 states too. I already got the information. So if they're going to delete it off, it's too late. I got it already from all the states. I have so much stuff that I just been holding back. Let's read this. In Connecticut, the office of black governor originated in Massachusetts and then appeared in Connecticut and Rhode Island. In Connecticut, the practice started in the 1750s when Captain Thomas Seymour's slave was elected Connecticut's first black governor in 1755. The election was followed by a large parade and festive celebration. A black governor could be called on to perform important functions within his community. In many towns, the governor meted out punishments and upheld law and order among the African inhabitants. Get your fucking laugh on in 1755. African. Don't y'all we not gonna we get your laugh on, okay? Black governors often appointed a lieutenant governor and deputies to help carry out these tasks. Colonel John Chester Slave London was elected black governor of Connecticut in 1760. Uh, uh, uh. His now listen to this, y'all. His wife Betty was thought to be an Indian. Y'all get your motherfucking laugh on. I'm just not playing with these people. See, they so drained out because they know us niggas. See, don't read and we. His wife Betty, Betty Jean, was thought to be an Indian. She died in 1787. Sometime during his adult life, London was made free. He moved to West Simsbury, where he was still called governor. He died about age 80 and a pauper of the town of New Hartford. Yo, let me tell you something. Do you know what Indians lived in Hartford, occupying Hartford? That's the little black governor right there on the horse in 1755. Now, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Hold your horse. How the fuck you gonna have a governor, black governor in 1755, right? There wasn't even, yo, yo, when was the Revolutionary War? 17. I told you timelines will fuck you up every time. Let me just pull it up. I can't. I just can't. 17. Revolutionary War, 1775. We had a black governor. 1775 to 1783. Now, hang on there. Let's go back. Now, you see when the Revolutionary War was. It wasn't even the 50 states yet. Listen. Hold up, y'all. Black governor elected in Hartford in 1755 and in 1760. How many years is that before they even started making the goddamn 50 states? Yo, let's go. Let's go. Let's do the math. Come on. That's 21 damn years before they even started, before they even had the Revolutionary War. Throw up some damn fire, y'all. That's 21 years before. Y'all know Betty Ann was Indian. His wife, Betty. Wait a minute. Now, y'all remember this shit. Betty Ann, she was probably Indian. He was elected governor and he was appointed, he appointed a lieutenant governor to help him out. was a black guy of the North. So who do you think was helping? By the time 1776 got here and they went, to fight the North against the South, that is a black governor of Connecticut. And wait a minute now. How the fuck? Look, it gets even funkier, y'all. Let me hang on, hang on. I'm, hold up, y'all. I want to show you some more stuff. Hang on, I'm getting there. All right. I just want to show you this. I'm going to blow it up a little bit so I can do a share screen. Oh, I thought I made it a thumbnail. But wait a minute, y'all. This shit it's just too much. I keep telling y'all. Did I make it a thumbnail? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. So I have to do a share screen. So hang on. Here we go, y'all. I'll just do the damn share screen. Where you go? Damn. Now I got to go back and find the goddamn thing. Okay, here it is. I found it. It's up here. It's just that I got so many screens open because I really wanted to show this to you guys. So here we go, y'all. Get your damn laugh on because this isn't Harvard. Okay. Sacred to the memory of the 300 or more African Americans, free people, slaves, and 5 black governors who rest in unmarked graves in Hartford's ancient burying ground, 1640 to 1810. Throw up some motherfucking fight. See, I unmarked, you know what? Y'all, this shit only gets better. Only gets better. And they really wanted to try and, after the invasion and takeover, they really want to try to make you think that they're two separate people. Listen, during the time of that black governor, listen, y'all, listen, the black governor of Connecticut, the Indians that occupied that were in Hartford. Listen, y'all, the Indians of Hartford, the Pondoc, were indigenous people who spoke in Algonquin, Cherokee language and lived primarily in what is now known as Hartford County, Connecticut. Listen to this. English colonists adopted use of Nipmuc dialect word for the territory of this people. I can listen. And what the fuck is the Indians in Hartford, Connecticut? What the why is there a listen now? Listen, a black governor in the 1750s. Okay, y'all? What the fuck is a black governor elected for in Pequot territory? Y'all see this shit? This is before they were even the 13 count. This was in 1750s, y'all. I'm not, I shit, y'all. Listen, here we go. I can't no more. Uh, here we go. Let's just go there. y'all got to learn. Here we go. All right. Sources call Waganut the Massapequa, but Wagung is the same used by scholars and by contemporary Waganut descendants. The Waganut Indians were part of the Algonquin language group and had strong connections with their Algonquin nations. The Wagung are not recognized as a tribe by either the U.S. federal government or by the state. However, some people today identify as being Wangak ancestry strive to carry on cultural traditions. Now look at this shit, y'all. This is who they are. They shit was seized. Do y'all see these people? This is in Connecticut. Quintucket. Little black baby. Connecticut. You can't make this shit up. This is this is one of the Indians, the Wangung peoples. Look at them. That ain't no damn mongoloid. All here. Look at the little baby. I'm done. Throw up some fire for the black governors. Oh, we going there. We going there, y'all. We going there. We gotta go there. Um, here we go. Uh, 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 uh. Here we go. Same article, y'all. I just can't. Here it is, right here. The same shit I just read you. Right here. The office of the black governor and started in the 1750s when Captain Thomas Seymour Slade was elected Connecticut's first black governor in 1755. How did this is before the Revolutionary War, before before the Slavs decided they didn't want to do business with Europe anymore. I'm not lying, y'all. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for y'all to look at it. This shit is funny as hell. I'm done. A yo, how is a African gonna be a governor? An African slave is gonna be elected governor in 1755, and there was no goddamn man. This is before 1776. It's 21 years before the Revolutionary War. And then, like 5 years after him, Colonel John Chester Slade, okay, London, was elected black governor of Connecticut in 1760. I'm, I just can't with these people. What are you doing? Uh, so if you're a governor in Connecticut, which is a racist ass colonial state, yo, how the fuck you? Listen, hold up, let me stop this. How the hell you a governor? What was the Indians doing? Looking abroad like, oh, he's calling shots on the land. Betty Jean husband. Betty Jean. You know Betty Jean fried chicken and pork chops. Why do they continue to try and hide our history? This is why we're here. To get you to wake up. Did you guys even know that there were black governors in the 1700s? Did you know? Give me a 1 if you knew. Give me a 2 if you did not know. And that's a dagger. Give me a 1 if that's a dagger. That was their grave sites I showed you. That's here in my state. Give me a 1 if that's a goddamn dagger. How is an African going to be elected a governor in 1755? Let that just sink in. Talking about the wipeout of our history. And thank you so much for the donation. Thank you. I really appreciate that so much. I ain't even finished. Y'all. I'm not even finished. Y'all remember this shit. Same state, Connecticut. The Indians and Negroes on the end. Okay, they got all the white people in the counties, right? Now, this is a little later. This is in 1782. At the end right here, total of whites, and then Indians and Negroes, they put them together. Now, first of all, goddamn it, they ain't have no goddamn typewriter in 1782. So let's just put that out there. I can't with these people. And the Indians and niggas got to go together at the end. Let that sink in with the 5 black governors of the 1750s. Let it sink in, y'all. Let this make sense. A return of the number of inhabitants in the state of Connecticut, February 1st, 1782, and also of the Indians and niggas. And they put all the Indians and niggas together. They even put them way on the opposite side of the total so they wouldn't be next to the white people on the paper. Who the fuck does that? On the opposite side of the total. So they can't be mixed in with the white people in Connecticut. Now, you got this, and you got the governors in Connecticut. How the hell you a governor in Indian Pequot, Massachusetts, Pequot, and all this territory? What the hell? Let's go, y'all. I'm gonna read some. I just can't. I want to go in. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. This is some funny shit. They they really tried to fix up history here. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna dodge the hijack because you know in the goddamn 1700s they was not using no goddamn African American. But let's just dodge the hijack. African American history has long been neglected in both history books and museum programming. Due to this fact, Weathersfield Historical Society staff strove to incorporate a telling a narrative of one Connecticut's black governors and the 2011 Lantern Light Tours. The following is a short narrative of London's life and impact on his community during his tenure as colonial John Chester slave and the black governor in 1760, adapted from research and his wife's script in the 2011 Lantern Light Tours. The details of London's early life are not plentiful. Listen to this shit, y'all. The details of London's early life are not plentiful, but it is clear that he was born in Africa and transported to Weathersfield, where he was only a small child. You know what? Sherman W. Adams, Civil War naval officer. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Because wasn't no goddamn Civil War going on, boo boo. Y'all see this shit? They're so sloppy. The Civil War wasn't until 1800s, 1865. And town historian recorded an instant when London. So what? He was 100 years, 200 something years. Let me see. 1760. Wait a minute. So, okay, he recorded this, right? So the Civil fucking War was in 1865. So this man that recorded it, he was 105 years old. I'm done. I'm fucking done. He recorded this. Recorded an instance when London, a little slave boy who spoke better English. Y'all, you gotta fix the shit up. A little slave boy who spoke better English than most other Africans in Weathersfield embarrassed himself. Adams writes that London found a pretty puppy one morning and that he caught him so that he could play with him. But he but the puppy quickly let him know that he was playing with the wrong animal because it was not a puppy. It was a skunk. Due to London's mistake, skunks have been referred to as Weathersfield puppies. London was the slave of Colonial John Chester Sr., who was a member of the General Assembly. Y'all, we girl, and a judge of the county court. Colonial Chester was one of the most important men in the colony at the time. You know what? Enslaved Africans learned early on that it was important to imitate the conduct of their masters and to value what they value. I'm done. These enslaved Africans understood the election day. These enslaved Africans understood that election day and town government were very important to the white people in New England. As slaves were considered to be property, whites did not want the affairs of their slaves to take part in the courts. They wanted the Africans to administer their own justice. Therefore, the enslaved Africans developed a justice system to resolve their own issues within their community. Black governors were elected to hear problems, provide a resolution, and hand out punishment to slaves who violated the law. Y'all, just as the enslaved Africans openly imitated the celebrations of their masters, they were secretly resurrected their own judicial practices. Thus, the enslaved Africans were able to hold on to cultural traditions and practices and to control their own community. Many slaves accompanied their masters to the election of the colony's governor each year and held their own election for a leader of the black community as well. The man chosen was most often a strong, respected, and influential member of the community. He was also, in many cases, a servant to the wealthy, influential family like colonial Chesters. Their election and celebration was often met by ridicule by the whites. The office of black governor originated in Massachusetts and then appeared in Connecticut and Rhode Island. In Connecticut, the practice started in the 1750s when Captain Thomas Seymour Slade was elected Connecticut's first black governor in 1755. I'm fucking done. The election was followed by a large parade and festive celebration. A black governor could be called on to perform important functions with his community. In many towns, the governor met out punishments and upheld law and order among the African inhabitants. He also acted as a mediator between the black and white communities. You know what? So this African jumped up and he became a mediator between the black governors often appointed a lieutenant governor now and deputies to help carry out these tasks. Colonial Chester Slave London was elected black governor of Connecticut in 1760. So they had one that was elected in 1750, and then they had one elected in 1760. His wife, Betty, was thought to be an Indian. She died in 1787. Sometime during his adult life, London was made free. He moved to West Simsbury, where he was still called governor. He died at about age 80 and a pauper of the town of New Harper. I'm fucking done. I'm done. Now, you a Negro from the hood and you don't like reading, you don't go to school, and you don't, and and your ass don't read because they say you want to hide something from niggas, just put it on paper. Now, how the hell he gonna be from Africa? All right, and you elected governor in 1750 before they even had all the damn states. What the hell? And then on the little sheet I showed you where they put the Indians and the niggas together, they put them in the column outside of the total column because they didn't want them next to the white people. And they didn't have no goddamn typewriters in 1750. How the hell you gonna census up? They came back. That sheet was when they came back from the Revolutionary War. But the black governors, the 5 black ones, I can't with these people. Y'all, we have got to teach our kids because shit like this is going to continue to be on these state grounds as research papers for our children to look up. We got to fix this shit. It's bullshit. How the hell you going to be a black governor and you elected on Indian land as a governor and you calling shots? No, they was not white people. They were black. Literally. They were not white people. They were black, brown like me and you. They were aboriginals. We're talking 1755. That's not very long after the 1600s. I can't with these people. In reading that article and moving along, it tells you where those very same people, those Indians, were pushed off of their territories already and into the cities of Hartford, which is the capital. You're a governor of the capital. Nope, they weren't noble. I know my history in my state. They were men that looked just like me. And that's a fact. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Sorry. They were not. Don't do it. Do not do it. No Berber, none of that bullshit. Stop. One thing I know is I research my state more than any of the other states. I know my shit. I work for the government. Don't play with me, bro. There were Negroes like you, me, Indians, Aboriginals. They shit got taken from them. They made up a quick ass story. Yo, I can't. I can't. See, when pan boo boos and motherfuckers see shit like this, they get so motherfucking mad. But you know, that's why I'm here. I'm here to put a dagger in your damn soul. That's why it was easy for me to go and fix and correct my birth certificate in Connecticut. Serious. So you know right now the whole story of the question. You better believe that black governor, aka Aboriginal, was a motherfucking Yankee. And they had family in the South. And why we had the whole Civil War. Niggas had to go. It took niggas to go there and help win that Civil War. If you in the Union, you need some niggas to go down south and fight other niggas. You ain't doing it by yourself. Little Oliver Twist, get your ass out of here. Yo, throw up some fire. I'm serious. You need the niggas in the north to go down south to help. Ain't no little Oliver Twist motherfuckers going to beat the South, the rebel South. It takes a nigga to knock a nigga. See, what you don't want to see is that Aboriginal power. That's what you don't want to see. And you paying boo-boos and you stupid ass. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And don't come up here playing with me with that Berber boo-boo shit. Take your ass to that community. Nothing in that document mentions no damn Berbers, and you ain't gonna see it. You needed niggas from the north to help your little Oliver Twist ass to go and knock the South out. You don't like what you see. You don't like the fact that you see a nigga. Not even you. Even this is a smack in the face to our little religious people. It's killing you now that you know a nigga was in power in 1700s. I got so much shit, y'all. But I gotta save it for my lawsuit. Listen, it kills these motherfuckers to see. Now you know damn well it don't make no sense that a nigga is a governor in 1755. Wait a minute. Ain't you supposed to be a slave and stink and dirty and can't read and dumb? Yo, listen. Wait a minute. Ah, I listen. Let me just do this. Mm-mm-mm. I I Man, let's just do this. Hey, Chief, I'm gonna drop the link now because before I do another share screen, there you go. It's a dagger. When you see you like, no, that was supposed to be hidden. No, it's supposed to be hidden. You wasn't supposed to know that nigga wasn't that was a power 1700s. This is before the Revolutionary War. And he was a mediator between the white and the black communities in Hartford. And he upheld the law. But wait a minute, hold up. 1755, there wasn't no what? What? There's the link. Oh, I get that to my brother A1. A1 got my number. He called me. I email it to him too. They get a link right there, Chief. I'm done. Can we get some fire for the little black governors that was in power prior to the Revolutionary War? Hey, Lil Mayhem, DJ, Chief Holiday, Big Dog Philly, OG. Yanita Ya, Certified Sachi. Go ahead, Certified Sachi. I know that's right. Maris de Sosa was governor of Maryland in 1641. He was a nigga. Show what? See, I'm telling y'all, you're seeing history, real history. Hey, Chief, you got to throw out the daggers, bro.
That killed him. That's a sword. That's a passive dagger. I mean. Hey, y'all, it's so crazy though, right? Like you could show this stuff and they just sweep it under the rug as if it's
They
not
get
being.
mad.
Yeah, like, dude, these people. What do y'all think we were doing in 1755 in Alabama? What is called Florida? What's called Mississippi? Like was we sitting in Mississippi waiting on the pale skins to come put us in bondage, y'all? No, we was
Exactly.
building. Mississippi was the. And I'm a Mississippian. Shout out to Mississippian in the building. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters that know if you coming directly from Mississippi or even from the South, shout out to the people in the South. But a lot of us, even if you're from the North, your people come from the South. We all connected. You know what I'm saying? These people did not own this land here. And even according to their records, 100 years after that, we still outnumber them. That's why they had to have the goddamn, what's that shit called? 3/5 compromise, right? Now listen,
Yeah.
I gotta say this because it just came to me. The 3/5 compromise does not mean that you're 3/5 of a human. That means that if you had 5 people in your family, that you're only counting 3 of the votes for representation because we outnumbered them. That was a compromise that they had to come up with. What caused the Civil War? Now Sister showed us something before the Revolutionary War. There's no Native Americans, there's no African Americans, but they're writing those terminologies in that time period. So keep that in the back of your mind and just say they'll just be the Americans. And that's how they're beating us. They say, well, we be looking for Native Americans and African Americans, but then they'll just superimpose themselves as the Americans because they're writing the books. And we're talking about the Germans who came here, Germanic people who came here, okay? Dutch people who came here.
Yeah.
All right? So they didn't bring nothing here. And so it's just hard for these pan-boo-boos or anybody that's been indoctrinated in their school systems to accept truth, evidence.
Yeah, it's hard.
You know what I mean? It's really hard. And I understand the skepticism of our brothers and sisters who don't believe in anything, because I don't believe in shit. But the difference between me and you, I'm gonna go do the research to prove it right or wrong. I'm not just gonna be dumb and ignorant and just sitting around here just being a unproductive person. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like, okay, because I don't believe in anything, I'm not going to do anything. That's a cop out for people who are cowards or lazy. I just got to say
Right.
that. You know what I mean? We just got to keep that real. But as it pertains to like, bro, like when we even talk about the Seminole Wars, right? Where were they at?
Facts.
Like, what are y'all talking about?
Reality.
Like,
Yes.
what are we talking about?
That's
Look,
showing you we were those people. There was
135 years after this, niggas was still in governorships and senatorships. So you mean to tell me in the 1600s we didn't outnumber them in the 1600s too? It's just it's absolutely dumb. We're having the dumbest conversations ever. And here's what I really love: how they're creating this Bering Strait crossing, right?
oh my goodness.
To write Jackie Chan them into time periods that they didn't exist. I think this is for this, especially for brothers and sisters who push this, right? That the Pan Africans that push their perspectives, right? Eugenic perspectives, the perspectives that take us off this land, Africa, coming here as slave boats and all this other stuff. Oh, Albacarium in the 1300s, nigga, we've been here for thousands of years. Matter of fact, America is the ancient world. We predate everybody. How about that? How about that?
Facts.
We colonized the world. We gave the world civilization, language, math, science, everything. Nobody brought us nothing, but they write it as if they brought it to us because that's a European or Abrahamic. My bad, y'all. My bad. Abraham, man, bro. Them folks, come on, fam. This is what they doing to us, though, and this is how they beating us. They're beating us with word spells, and it's really interesting because we talk about the language that we speaking, right? They be like, they say that that English comes from America, and then bro, all you had to do is look it up. It's simple, like a simple American English. It's made up of indigenous languages, predominantly of indigenous languages, right? And then what else? German. It don't say Latin is indigenous to America. My bad. And that's why they don't want us to know Latin. They don't want us to understand this language. But English, French, Spanish, Portuguese are romantic languages that come from America.
Yeah.
So everything that you guys are getting written now is fake. George Washington being a pale skin is fake. What the hell, y'all? Who y'all think that he was? If he was fighting right in the Revolutionary War, which is a civil war, going back to that, it was a civil war. It wasn't a Revolutionary War. We was not breaking away from the rule of dusty ass, little bitty ass England. Does that make, bro? Show us where it makes sense for America, and how we wasn't even all the way just one land, United States of America, coast to coast, sea to shining sea. So show us before they're even their conferences, right? Show us where's the document? How does it make sense other than them just saying this? I'm pale and I say so. We wrote it down on a piece of paper that said that you guys were breaking away from the rule of King George and whoop, whoop, whoop. And then he didn't send an armada here. He just had us fighting against each other. Please wake the fuck up. Please stop the bullshit, y'all. Like, I think this is the dumbest conversation I've ever heard. Because England, did they send an armada here? Did France send an armada here? Did anybody send an armada of people here to fight against us? And if you tell me they did, then that means you haven't done enough research about this subject matter. We're talking about the Revolutionary War. Okay? Now, if George Washington was a general, he wasn't calling the shots. That means that the Continental Congress, that he was right. That y'all done any research on the Continental Congress? What was they? What Confederacy? Who were these people? What are we talking about? Like, right? You understand what I'm saying? Make it make sense. And nobody do that. They don't never do that. Who are these people? When was George Washington a colonel, a major? Lieutenant, where did he go to West Point? What happened? Can y'all please explain this to us? Why won't y'all do that research? If we take hook, line, and sinker what they say, and I just think it's craziness. It's crazy talk. They never conquered us. They never. We conquered ourselves. And we're still
Mhm.
conquering ourselves right now. All we gotta do is stop fighting each other. Stop helping everybody else economically, uh, socially, uh, physically, spiritually. We help everybody else but ourselves. I just that's the problem. We have a real psychological, impediments and things that are going on because of the word spells and the story. Oh, Christopher Columbus. What the fuck they got to do with us? This fictional character. They could have told us Mickey Mouse conquered America. And the Moors brought him over here, right? Niggas be mad at Mickey Mouse today, right? Well, Christopher Columbus did not exist. Okay, ever. It never existed. So that means that the story, if that's fake, then everything that's attached to it is fake. Now, I think this is almost for anybody that's doing any type of research. I think at this point you should know that and you should stop. And people should question people that keep pushing that narrative. Why is this person still pushing the Christopher Columbus narrative when it's clear that he was made up for an agenda? What agenda is that? Okay, for us, if we're having a psychological warfare being waged against us, this would be the origin of their conquest, manifest destiny, and all this. Hey, we bought this because we said so. No receipts for nothing. On top of them burning down the Library of Congress several times, burning down the National Archives several times, then they say, "Hey, we're going to use some new shit right now. If we got it just right, you guys. They'll believe this." You know what I'm saying? So, nah, Money Grip. We're not gonna do none of that. What we're gonna do is get to the truth. And who's against that? You're the enemy. And for me, if you're in the way, I'm gonna treat you like the enemy. And trust me, y'all ain't built for this. I promise you not. So you're not. Like, we built for this shit. You know what I mean? I get bored anyway, so it don't really matter to me. We could do it the easy way or we could get into some gangster shit. I really don't care. But we're gonna get this and y'all gonna stop disrespecting our ancestors, stop disrespecting our land, everything. These
Yeah.
terrorists need to get out of America. Stop fucking over trains, our environment, everything, poison our children, everything. I'm sorry, somebody need to be doing their job right now. You understand? Y'all see where I'm going here? We just need to be American, stop acting like second class citizens, like we just expect for nothing to happen for us. Nah, Money Grip. We expect for everything to happen for us. Everything that we expect this. We are continuing to be disenfranchising ourselves. Nobody, we disfranchise ourselves. Nobody has to do it. We do it ourselves
Mhm.
every fucking day. We don't want to see us franchise. We disfranchise ourselves every day. So no, can't tell me nothing. You
Yeah.
niggas can't tell me nothing. Real talk. So no, I'm not listening to that shit. We don't listen to weak people. We don't listen to nothing you niggas talking about. Stay out the fucking way. And if you can't help, at least say something and cheer the niggas, the real ones on, the builders on. If you can't even say nothing, maybe type something. If you can't type nothing, whatever your situation is, nigga, hope your heart and your soul is into, the real winning. You know what I'm saying? For the people, not for you. I don't understand the problem. Here's a clear agenda. Somebody has an agenda to stop us from knowing who we are. Somebody don't. We're uncovering it. Why? Who's? It's a clear agenda. Who's against the people? And we're not going to talk about
Right.
COINTELPRO.
So, Choctaw is saying, according to Napoleon diaries, George Washington was a slave and not a general, and he was a bit, and he hated the idea of invading the Americas. So, listen, all I'm saying is, how the hell is nigga be a governor 1755? All right. What you think the Golden Hill Pecussit, the Mashantucket Pequot, the Mohegan, the Pawcatucket, Eastern Pequot, and the Shaddyoks, all of them gonna be saying if a nigga around here, he the governor. He was keeping the peace between the white man and the Indians. Y'all better wake up. Hello, say he came over here as a little African boy, as a little African boy, and learned how to mimic his master. And now he a governor. He was a slave and got elected governor. Does that make any sense, Chief? Huh? Your mic is muted if you're talking, Chief.
No, it doesn't make any sense at all.
That's
Any
just
sense?
like
There's
so
always little African
hilarious.
boys just coming here.
And you know what? I'm just sitting here because I'm like, hold up. Let me but first, thank you, y'all, for the donations. I appreciate it. Hey, Chief, look at this is our mounds here in Connecticut. And it's in our the pictures of it is in our state historical site. These are Indian mounds here in Connecticut and Hartford. And they're all across the highway. So when you see these shits, y'all, these are Indian mounds in the different states. When you driving on the highway and you riding, and looking and you see this figure in the grass, these are mounds. Understand, these are our ancestors. Shit. Mounds. Facts, y'all. Start looking at them on the highway when you driving. And I just, for the life of me, let me take this down. I for the life of me, Chief, don't understand how, we gotta fix our kids' heads, y'all. I'm serious. Um, Ain't no way in hell an African gonna be a goddamn governor keeping peace between the Golden Hill because it's Massachusetts, Pequot, the Mohegans, the Pocketuck, Eastern Pequot, and the Chattahoochee Indians, and the white man. Don't get me started, y'all. They want to hide the system, the government system that we had here. This is in 1755. Y'all got to wake up. Lawsuits should be flying against the United States education system and all these historical societies and against the people that had a fucking nerve to put this shit up here. These lies. He wasn't no damn African ruling on no Indian land. He was the Aboriginal. He was. Y'all, please smash the like button. I, I can't. I. It's like, Chief. It's like it's so useless to argue with the PM boo boos. It's useless when you have that information. Them Africans don't have that, Chief. They run and get DNA. They so funny, they comical. I'm showing you us in power here. What else do you need? I'm showing you us calling shots here. 1755. That's before they even had. Man, I keep telling y'all they only had little pieces of land with them colonies.
Even
And
when
they
they
didn't
talk
make
about
my
like,
system.
but you know what's crazy, right? They talk about like, when they came here in 16, whatever, 15, whatever, like them niggas just came on the beach. Bro, all these are stories. They didn't set nothing up. It was already thriving cities and trading going on here for thousands of
Hey.
years. What the hell? Like, I just think it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to FBA, but damn, 1526?
What is wrong with them?
Like
Little, how about the
what is
story they
going
made
on
up?
everywhere else
We
in
speak
America in
through.
1526? You know what I mean? We waited on them to set up a city here. Come on, bro. Like from when they say their oldest city or whatever, I did a trivia question or whatever, right? The oldest city, the oldest civilization on the planet, according to them, would be Watson Break or Poverty Point area. You know, y'all understand that's in Northern America where we live, right? This is the oldest civilization cities villages, places like that, where people are living on the planet, according to them.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but if you listen to them, they say was the oldest city. You could Google it. The oldest city in America was Saint Augustine, and it was founded by the Spanish in 1566. Spain wasn't around in 1526.
Mhm.
Let that let that sink in for a second, y'all. Spain didn't exist in 1526. How huh? In 1626, it did exist. The language Spanish didn't Latin existed in different forms or whatever, but that hadn't been established to take back over there for them yet. They were speaking Indo-Europe, Proto-Indo-European languages. We're gonna say that because they like to mix things up and write words back in time that didn't exist in those time periods. Yeah, do y'all understand this? We're reading. It's not as if you're gonna read uh the glyphs. You know what I'm saying? So they're writing fantasies back in time, man. Grow up. Like motherfucker, like 4,000 years ago, white people was ruling people over in Africa. What? Where? They wasn't in Europe ruling nothing. Stop with the bullshit, bro. Like this is what I'm saying. You obviously know that you've been indoctrinated. You obviously know that every Hollywood movie putting out Farrah Fawcett and them is Queen Elizabeth. I mean, motherfucking Elizabeth Taylor and Cleopatra and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are y'all talking about? This is by design. It'd be like Brad Pitt, the last Negro. You know what I mean? Niggas be like, yeah, he's the last Negro. They should have got uh Iron Man to play it though. That boy Tony Stark, yeah, him. We seen him in Tropical Thunder. Niggas is terrible, man. We have selective outrage too. I think that's really interesting. Real talk. You guys are really interesting. Child selective outrage. However, man, I just like I said, I just call it like I see it, Joe. Just call it like I see it, man. Real shit.
Let me read.
Uh,
Let me share this, Chief, and read this to them about the those governors in Connecticut, the black ones, sacred to the memory of the 300 or more African Americans, free people, slaves, and 5 black governors who rest in unmarked graves in Hartford's ancient burying ground, 1640 to 1810. Now, you got to dodge the have, Jack, because you know damn well African American wasn't used. Um, I just want to go down here. This is the excerpt. And listen to this. The burying ground was a place for all Hartford's deceased. The Congregationalists of Puritans believed in a degree of separation of church and state. Yeah, right. The ground was not consecrated, and it would have been in England, as it would have been in England. So one's religious status and even one's origins made no difference when it came to burial. After a death occurred, there were several tasks for families to do. There were no sacramental funeral rite, but occasionally there were processions and speeches. A coffin had to be made, usually costing between 6 and 10 shillings, and the grave dug for another 6 to 9 shillings in the 17th century, the 1600s. When the African American Philip Moore Jr. passed away, now these are fucking government chief. Jonathan Athley made his coffin and dug his grave for 16 shillings. Moore's costs were similar to those for the burials of white colonists, such as Dr. Jepson, whose estate was charged 9 shillings for a grave and £1 for his coffin. To the minister might deliver a eulogy, as Dr. Flint of the South Church did for the last black governor, Boston Nichols. This is in the goddamn 1600s, chief. I'm done. I
I
can't.
think it's
I can't.
all
I
bad.
can't do it. I can't do this no more. I can't.
But you
I
know,
have so much stuff. It just makes me sick to my stomach. The
but
last
listen,
black
listen.
governor.
Listen, you know what's crazy about this though? All you have to do to cross reference this is cross reference with their census at the time, what they said, how many Europeans was here, right? And you'll see once again
Yo,
that they were outnumbered in this time period, right? So
see,
if they like niggas gonna vote for
see,
them, like be like, yeah,
see.
them, let's get them. Nah, they gonna vote for
I,
their elders and certain
I,
shit. Yeah,
that's
come
why
on, man.
I keep telling you. I keep pulling out
Stop
little
it.
stuff. Yo, Chief, I can't
Terrible.
do it. I
I'm gonna
can't
need
do
that.
it,
I'm gonna need that dagger
Chief.
right there, though. I'm gonna need that one,
I
bitch.
can't do it, Chief. Joe, Chief, go with this. You take the road right here.
Which one? Hold on, let me see. I can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it? I'll read it, Chief. A return of the number of inhabitants. Now, this is them coming back from the Revolutionary War. This is like 30 or something years later.
Okay.
A return of the number of inhabitants in the state of Connecticut, February 1st, 1782, and also of the Indians and niggers. Okay. Now, these are the counties, right? Because they didn't have that. I'm telling you, right here in Hartford, they totaled up, they separated the white people from the Indians and niggers, which is the same goddamn people. Now, look at this shit. This is the total column, Chief, right here. You see it? You see the total column of whites?
Yeah.
Now, why on the opposite side of that they put the Indians and niggers together? They just I just can't. I can't do it.
Well, when you think about it, going, yeah, that's all bad.
Since
When you think about it, though,
1782.
when you think about it, right? When we talk about the classifications, right? Well, who was misclassified on this
We
land?
what? The
Oh,
Aboriginals?
okay. Were Native Americans misclassified and reclassified, reclassified, reclassified?
No.
Okay, so we know for a fact that they're not talking about Native Americans, even on this document in 17. Would you say 52?
1782. But
1782. They're not talking
right.
about Native Americans. We understand that. So when we're talking about Indians, it's another descriptive term, just like Negroes is a descriptive term of dark
Yep.
people.
Facts. That's a fact.
Just wanted to point that out. Terrible.
I just I'm just like done. I'm like I this is why I can't it's just like useless for me to argue with the Pan Boo Boos. It makes no sense to even bother with that type of information. It I
But you know they'll
I'm
say though,
done. I'm
but
done.
Negroes is Africans though. Negroes is Africans though. Hey, well, listen,
Well, who
in
African?
1780 something, they didn't have Africans that were, they would have used Africans. Am I
Well,
correct?
that's what I'm saying. That
Come
word
on,
was
bro.
not
Stop
used
it,
in
man. Please stop
1750.
it.
Chief, that was 1755. 1755.
I guess it was, Chief. No, it wasn't. Not as
21
it pertains
years,
to people from over there.
Chief, 21 years before the even Revolutionary War. So we had a government system. You see who the governors are before they even had a Revolutionary War. And then the Civil War, Chief. Hold up. You needed them Negroes in the North to go and help you fight the South. That's how you won. It took you ain't gonna tell me you took a whole bunch of Oliver Twists and went down south and beat all them Negroes. Oh no, you didn't. Not them rebel Negroes from the South. Picture that. Come on.
Wait, Oliver Twist, like Charles Dickinson.
Ain't no bunch of Oliver Twist went to no damn South from the North as in the
Uh-uh.
Union.
Not fucking with these niggas out there. They took over 200,000 niggas from the north, bro.
Niggas down south.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? In Texas, ain't no way in hell no little Oliver Twist people from the north, because those are colonial states, is gonna beat up on no south like that. It was niggas, a bunch of niggas that they took down there because it was their relatives living in the south and stuff.
So they just took advantage of our sectarial wars that we were already having. So we were having wars prior to the Revolutionary Civil War. Then we had civil wars after that, leading up to the Civil War. You know what I mean? Because that's just what it was. But they'll spin it and give the narrative as if America was fighting against Americans. Nah, bro, that's a civil war, you fools. As if like these white Americans was fighting against the nigger Americans and then the Native Americans. Nah, man, stop the bullshit, bro. It's just how about this? It's word spells. It's a narrative. It's not real.
Bullshit.
It's just not real. It's not real,
now,
y'all.
If any legislation, like you reading, like it was saying that the government said no guns for the Indians. Really, what you saying? No guns for the niggas. You better believe that black governor that you was reading was the one that was the black governors in the states was saying, no, y'all ain't getting no damn guns. Y'all crazy as hell. And just the whole thing with the Civil War and the Union going down there, it wasn't no Oliver Twist dudes going down there. No little white guys. Those was niggas. Like we was having the same kind of wars and attitudes that we have today, like we have on YouTube. Like, say like you down south in Mississippi, Chief, right? And I'm here in Connecticut, and you said some dumb shit to me in YouTube. And so I go get my brother and say, Chief Holiday was bothering me. So he said, you tell that nigga I'll be down south. And he went down south. Same shit. Different time. That's just like with the Civil War. We come up for y'all ass. We tired of y'all messing with our family down there. We was fighting ourselves. Oh, you beat Betty Jean? Oh, I'm coming to get your ass. And they come from the north and go to the south and they fighting. Same thing. It's like they just changed history. We're still doing the same thing we've been doing. Crazy. We crazy. We crazy. You don't think so? And then we turn around and decide to assimilate into this damn corporation somehow. And boy, the information I have on that is just like, oh God, no, why did y'all do this to us? Why? Check this out. Let me see. White brothers are still under exorcist rule. That's why they practice religious beliefs such as Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Catholics, and Buddhism. Yep, facts. And our dumbass people run on in there. If they only knew who they was, they need to wake up. But I emailed that to A1. He just needs to check his email. And it's like, if that is not enough to wake you up, to make you so you can understand, before there was even a full 50 state shit going on, we had governors mining our own communities.
Apparently they had to have 13 territories already, correct? Like, think about it. It just be like, yo, it's 13 colonies. Come
13
on, bro.
plantations. That's it. And I'm like, man, how is a African gonna be sitting up here being a governor over the damn? Let me see. Let me get my laugh on. The Go to Hell Percussions, the Master Tucker, the Pequots, the Pocketucky, went all them around. You think they won't whoop their ass?
That's like Kunta coming and running everything. Stop it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I got
he don't even know how to jump the broom right. What you talking about?
Uh, I'm a, I'm a, I just I don't know,
What you
Chief.
talking about? It was like, oh shit, oh my god.
I'm saying, yeah, they was running shit.
Father God, Lord Jesus, the creator of heaven and the earth, we come before you right now. Somebody called you a burden bearer. Somebody called you a heavy load carrier. Somebody called you a wheel in the middle of a wheel. But I'd like to call you the creator of all things right now. For you put a leaf on a limb, and a limb on a branch, and a branch on a tree, and a tree on some roots, and the roots in the dirt, and the dirt in a hole, and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around and around. The green grass grew all around Jesus. Now I want to thank you for chicken. Thank God for chicken. Didn't have to do it, but he did. Gave him 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 breakfasts, 2 wings, hot sauce on him. And I can hear that chicken tonight, Lord, as he offer up a sacrifice of praise. I believe I can fry.
Chief, he was the governor.
Terrible.
You see that wig? He was shaking.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny as shit.
oh goodness. He was the governor, y'all. With fried chicken and hot sauce. Oh God. Oh, that hurts my stomach. No, but we we just gotta keep going, Chief, and keep teaching. We gotta keep getting it. I mean, at this point, if these pan boo boos can't see that we were in power here and we had a system here and we were running it, we were even in that document it tells you that the black governor was the mediator between the white community and the black community. So what about the Indians? Who's you just leaving them all out? Because he is the Indian, the Aboriginal. That's why. And they're just hiding it. I've had enough. I had enough. And it's more. It's so much more information, Chief. I'm just bringing it out solely. I'm just gonna keep throwing out the daggers, and I don't know. One day, them Africans gonna wake up. But I've been on for an hour and a half. I want everybody else to get a chance to see this. Chief, is there anything else you wanted to say? Because I know you said you going live.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys somebody put the channel link in the chat room.
Oh yeah, I'll go to your channel. You already got the thumbnail up.
I don't. I haven't had
All
a
right,
chance.
I'm gonna go to your channel and get it right now. I'm gonna go.
I appreciate all you guys do, man. Real talk. Shout out to Sister Betty. Have me over again.
Here go Chief Holidays channel right here, y'all. Okay. Paste. There's Chief Holidays link too. I know you said you're going live. I'm gonna go and eat something light. Hey OJ Dubs. Let me shout out everybody. There's Chief Holidays link in the chat. He's getting ready to go live. Like and subscribe. And subscribe. You know what? Where the big Philly dog OG go? Wait a minute. I seen him in here. You know what? I'm just cause big dog Philly dog, you don't never put your link in the chat. Let me go and find your channel. Let me go get big dog Philly OG. I'm gonna do it myself so he'll know that he could do it in here too. This is Big Dog Philly OG's link to his channel, Big Dog Philly OG. It's right there in Chief Holidays. Chief Holidays is right there, and Big Dog Philly OG is right there. Okay. Go and subscribe and set the bells.
Mikey
Um,
G, you talk about I'm ugly.
he's
That's
stupid.
a good one.
He's silly. Um, shout out, Juan Choctaw, Bobby Johnson. Hey, I think I said hi to everybody. JC the Truth and every all 133 people watching. One day y'all gonna love me. I know who you are watching. Um, JC the Truth, Empress Freedom Feather, Mother of Dragons. Who else we got in here? Yazelle, hey, 618. That's my daughter name, but it's not exactly like that. It's Yazel. YA-ZEL. Who else? R.L. Smith, Von, John Davis. Who else? Thank you so much for the donations, y'all. I appreciate it. Oh, who else? Am I missing? Enoch, hey. Who else? I think I got everybody and everybody watching. I'll be back with more stuff. Oh, this weekend, the as I promised, when we came into the live in my Zoom, where I was showing you about the family tribes, the schedules are going to finally go up. They'll be put up Saturday. I just been so busy with my job and the YouTube and the newspaper, but the schedules of group one, group two, group three with the dates will be up there, and you'll automatically know to come into the Zoom based on whatever group number you are. Okay, so you'll be here getting that this weekend. Finally able to get back to on track. And those of you who've sent me the emails. I got them regarding the genealogy. I understand that not computer savvy, and I'll be contacting you this weekend to set up your appointments if you even really need one. But I will be in contact with everybody that requested genealogy appointments and those that I've been working on already, whose genealogy. It's just a point of me getting the paperwork to you. And that's you're gonna have to get a floppy drive because I'm not mailing nothing. I'm serious. So get a floppy drive from CVS so that when I send them to you, you can just download them on your drive, remote drive, or whatever you call that little thing. Certified Sachi. Honor to y'all. Aaliyah Muhammad, peace, sister, Mississippian. Hey, hey, Chief Rodney, what's up, bro? Mikey, you behave yourself. And I'm getting ready to go get comfortable and get ready for Chief's live. Chief, you wanted to say anything before we go?
Thank you for having me once again, Sister Betty. We've been able. I was like I said, it was a dope topic. Something that you just came out with something I can't even call that a dagger. That's a breath taker. That's a earth shatterer right
Mm,
there. Because we talk about it in the South a lot, but we don't never talk about it in the North, especially the Northeast, because they always paint this picture as if it's always been in New England has always been them, and the Wampanoag,
hell
the
no.
Powhatan, the Washita, or the Washita, or Washington. I mean, y'all, it's
Oh
been under
yeah.
our nose this whole time, you guys.
Yep.
Um, it's been on our nose this whole time. Even when we broke down, like just going to the Library of Congress, and they tell you where the names of the states come from. Even when you're talking about the names of your counties, the name of streets and stuff, you'd be like, "Oh, those are Indians."
Yep.
Those is our shit, man.
Yep.
Come on, y'all. Y'all got to pay
Fact.
attention, man. Everything that you
Yep.
see, everything is our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Take
So,
a real bath. And you
yeah.
gotta wash off that dashiki because you're doing exactly what they expect you to do. You do your genealogy, you might land to one of them governors. Seriously. Or he might be on your tree
Hey, but
somewhere by a
what?
great third generation uncle.
How you wash off
Y'all
a dashiki?
serious. Well, you got to pray to that God, Lord, with the fried chicken. I don't know, Chief. Uh, I don't know. You just got to burn the daishiki. We had a ceremony over here where we burned the daishiki. We did. We had a ceremony where we burned the daishiki. I had the little cloth and it burned. So maybe you should have some ceremonies of burning the daishiki after y'all beat up the pan boo boos. You get your little piece of daishiki cloth and burn it after, just before you get off the debate, and just let it sit in the ashtray and burn.
I think we should do it before.
Before and after.
No, nah, before like it's still fear and just
Hey,
pain
Adrian.
over there. Yeah, just we want them to know it's over. Make a whole doll with a kente cloth, nigga, and throw it in the fire.
Look at that claw. Well, we need to let Big Dog
Little
Philly on
Kunta.
mute burn it in the ashtray. He would love to.
Yeah, here's go. This is his little Kunta. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh.
Hey y'all, it's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be another movie, another clinic. It's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy,
I'm
you
gonna get
guys.
my ticket tomorrow for
Yeah.
A1. Ab Powers debate. I'm getting my ticket tomorrow and get it out the way. So why do indigenous folks join the military? And now I'll get and again I'll get into that tomorrow because it was I thought I would be able to really get into the militias, but at least I got this part of it done. So tomorrow it'll make more sense when we talk about the purpose of our ancestors joining those militias. It's going to make sense now because now you know that we had the black governors, facts, and they were here in the north. And um, yeah, it's going to now make sense because you needed to see the Aboriginal power in the face. Seriously, ain't no in the 1755 wasn't no damn African governor. Y'all, I that was the worst thing they could do was go back and insert African American in articles of Aboriginal history, and it's gonna make sense tomorrow when I do my segment and show you how it was done. All this shit is in honor of Jesse Jackson, monkey butt, but we got him. We gonna get him tomorrow. So, and tell Michael I did get his info. And I'll be reaching out to him. I'm doing all that this weekend. So, um, I'm getting ready to go to Chief, y'all. I love y'all. Hey, Chief, hold up one second before you go. I'm gonna get on out of here. Love y'all.